Hey guys, it's your best friend Ashi, and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. I was thinking how I should refer to you guys, and I thought I would be saying amigos because it just means friends, and at the same time, I love the amigos. You didn't hear that from me, but that's your name now, amigos. Welcome to the Amigo clan, and yeah, we're gonna be talking about this movie right here, and I would love you guys to tell me what you think about this video. Well, after watching it, of course. And if you would want to, you could go watch the movie and tell me one or two things I missed. Here's my email and Twitter and my IG too. So, have at it. Watch the video, tell me what you think about it at the end, and I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, let's get into it. After doing almost 50 takes, I finally found the flow. I don't know, maybe, but yes, I found the flow. And you know what time it is. Okay, you don't know what time it is. It's my first video, but you know what time it is. We're talking about this movie. I mean, if you haven't seen the title of the video or the trailer or anything, the movie is called Triangle. And it was, I would say, a really controversial film for 2009. And around that year, it was just, it had a lot to prove to become one of the best movies, but that was not the case. It really didn't do that well in the box office at all. But well, that's why we're talking about it. And I just want to, highlight why it didn't do that well. But at the same time, show people that as much as it didn't do that well, it really did have a good concept. It really brought out a good amount of spice, if I can say. But it was a good movie. It was a really, really good movie. And, it feels wrong not to talk about it. It feels wrong not to talk about it. And so we're going to talk about it. Triangle, 2009, made by Christopher Smith. And it was such an interesting movie. Let me just say that. I can start off with that. So before we get into anything else, before we start analyzing what it did wrong or what it did right, we got to talk about the facts. The facts. This movie did have a lot going for it. From the director, Christopher Smith, who's had a pretty interesting run when it comes to his movies. They're not bad, but some of them are not bad because some of them are terrible. I've watched them. And this director's had movies that have just not done well at all. But, well, he's still directing, I guess. When we go to the casting wasn't really that big of a casting for that movie. I mean, the movie only had a budget of $12 million. At the time, the movie had Melissa George and Liam Hemsworth, and all the other characters, I don't know their names, so I'm just gonna plaster them on screen. The characters in this movie, it's like this movie was just another movie for them, It's not like anyone was looking for a big break in this movie. It's not like this movie, it feels like it was made for luck. And it's weird, The movie is just, it's so... I don't know what to say about it because $12 million, a casting that wasn't really that much of anything. Melissa George did do, her acting in the movie was so good. And for Liam, he just has some parts and it's over. And someone like George in the movie who, his character... I wish the scripting made his character have more screen time with Jess, because after they entered the boat, it's just nothing. But the movie, it tried. It really did try. From a budget of $12 million to no marketing I even know how they distributed the movie, because it did not have a theater release in the US, which really did hurt the movie, because US is one of the biggest places you'd want your movie to premiere, because I mean that place will give you an audience for sure. And the movie really just dug a hole into failure, if you get what I mean, because there's no, like, I don't think the budget for marketing was really that big because of the actual budget of the movie. $12 million made to make the entire thing, and I'm taking this budget out of Google. I didn't go that far, but I feel like every source says $12 million, and it just it's hurting. It's the movie is just they needed to do more. But as much as they needed to do more, I don't even know. They tried. So I don't think I'll go any more farther with the facts, because there's nothing to go on here. Because the budgeting and the marketing and the casting, it's so weird. Like the movie wasn't made to feel like a big break for an actor, or it was like, hey, here's $12 million, make something. And they tried, and it's like they were hoping that because it was made with a low budget, maybe it would hit like 50 million or 20, I don't know. But the movie really just, the spice of the movie wasn't there. It was a mess. It was a whole mess, but they did try. That's what I can say. Triangle by itself has a lot of issues. And when I say a lot of issues, it has a lot of issues, because I've watched that movie. Me talking about it now is me after watching the movie almost 6 to 7 times. And the one thing I complain about all day is about how the casting, they have no relationship whatsoever. It's so based that you don't feel anything for any of the characters, because Jess, like, we can even skip everything from the beginning. We can just skip everything and go all the way to when now Jess gets to meet those friends. We have that boat scene where they talk and blah blah blah. We get to know them a little bit. I have mentioned that Greg should have had more screen time with Jess, because when they just get on the boat, when they get on it, Jess literally kills this guy, feeling nothing. Like, poof, you're dead. Y'all just had a romantic, whatever, semi-romantic moment a few minutes ago. What the hell is this? And for someone like Victor, I'm just gonna call him Liam, like that guy, he gets on the boat, this happens. And when this happens, it's like, hey, this is the killer, comes, tries to choke her. And when that happens, they fight a little bit, then he's dead. And you're like, okay, he's dead. So do you feel anything? No, there's nothing you feel. You just know this guy is like a boat boy for Greg and nothing else. Then Greg dies. And then when we go to the couple, it's like, what is this? What's going on here? We don't feel anything. I just hate how we don't feel anything when any of them die. And I'm especially hurt by how we don't feel anything about Greg. Because how could you put someone to act as a love interest, yet his death has no depth, substance, nothing. It's just, he was put there to die, he's gonna die. And all we care, like, the movie's concept is such an amazing concept, but how they made us not care about any of the cast is what makes me feel mad about everything to do with this movie. The concept is a good concept. They hide a little bit of clues, they hide this, they hide that, and they show us the clues in such a good way. And Jess makes it look so good, like her acting is just over the roof with this movie. She just makes it look good. But everything to do with the relationship with the casting is just terrible. And I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that, but it's boring, it's terrible, and I don't think I can. Oh my god. I don't even know, man. And that's a wrap on this video. I am so grateful if you've got to this part of the video, and I just want to tell you, thank you for watching the video. And also, by now you should have liked and subscribed. I mean, come on, support me, support your small YouTuber. Anyway, I'm really grateful that if you've got to this point of the video, and you should actually give this movie a watch. It's not that bad of a movie, by the way. I know I've made it seem like it's not that good of a movie with how I've talked about it, but I just lined my talk on statistics and looked on the budget and blah blah blah. But otherwise, the concept, as I've kept on saying, is a really amazing concept. And the one issue I kept on repeating on was the relationship within with the cast, because they didn't really take that much time to build it. But overall, apart from that issue, this movie was actually a good movie, and for that time it kind of brought what we expected it to bring. It's a mind-blowing movie. It's an amazing movie. You should definitely give it a watch, and you should and it will blow your mind. So watch the movie, and thank you for watching my video, and I will see you on the next video. God damn.